in the front. We should take away the seats in the front.
There's still more people. There's only one extra seat.
Oh, for the seniors? What did they do? Is no nervous there, Shannon? Shannon's not here.
Ceremony. So welcome to the 2024-25 Winter Athletics Award Ceremony here at Maynard High School. Again, we saw a whole lot of success this winter season, and I just kind of want to talk about that before anything else. So our two co-ops that Assabet hosts boys hockey and Neshoba hosts swim. The Assabet boys hockey team qualified for the state tournament and played against Somerville in the first round. And then the Neshoba girls swim team had 5 swimmers qualify for 3 events in the sectional meet. And both those teams have our Maynard students on them, so we're really proud to give them that opportunity to compete at the state level in those sports. Next, our boys basketball team qualified for the state tournament as the 27th seed. And we hosted and won a preliminary game here. The girls basketball team qualified for the state tournament as the number 3 seed, and they played all the way to the Final Four. Had a wonderful season this year. And lastly, our indoor track team. We have a lot of great runners here, and they had 5 athletes qualify for the state division meet. And I think the highlight of the spring season is we had a state champion in the 55-meter hurdles, our senior, Alex Guad. So a special shout out to him and all of our coaches and student athletes that worked really hard this winter season. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I know they did. They made everyone here at Maynard High School and the town of Maynard really proud. So one more big round of applause for all of our student athletes. So I'd like to thank them again and the coaches for all their hard work this season. And before we get started in honoring our student athletes this winter, I'm just gonna give some thank yous out to everyone who helped make this winter season very successful. If we could hold the applause to the end, that would be great. First, I want to thank the Booster Club, obviously, for putting the student athletes first all the time and supporting them in every way. Helping us put on events like this to honor our student athletes and really, show what we do here in Maynard and make the whole community proud. Next, I want to thank school administration for all their support throughout the winter. making sure our student athletes are doing what they need to do to stay on the field and on the court and give us all these great experiences. Superintendent Haas, Mrs. York, Mrs. Doctorov, our high school principals, Mr. Snyder and Mr. Kinney, our middle school principals. Next, I want to thank all the game staff this winter. Our basketball games here at Maynard High School ran so seamlessly. We have school staff and community members that really step up, dedicate their time to make sure our student athletes have a good time here and really have a positive experience. And then lastly, of course, I have to thank the parents, first of all, for trusting us with your children, for getting them to all their practices and all the games and cheering them on every single day. So I'd like to thank everyone again who made this winter season a great success. So if we could give a round of applause. Next, before we begin, I will hand this over to Booster Club Treasurer Alicia Gallo for a few words.
Thank you. Welcome to the Winter Sports Awards. Thank you for joining us tonight at a slightly earlier time, which leads to an earlier ending, if you were here in the fall. The Booster Club is a volunteer organization, and it supports all of Maynard High School and Fowler sports. I know sometimes it may feel like you see us only in certain places, but I promise we're here for all sports. We do things like trophies for all of the awards nights, letter jackets, annual scholarships for seniors, graduation cords for graduating student athletes. That was an addition last year that people seem to enjoy, and other funding support based on individual requests. So money is raised primarily through the concession stands at football and basketball games and trophy sponsorships. We are really grateful to the volunteers that we had at the Snack Shack this fall and winter, and we look forward to hopefully opening for as many spring track events and softball. Sorry, we don't have anything down at baseball. So for spring track and softball, as many as we can find volunteers for. So please consider volunteering, even for a shift if you're available and you're out either watching your athlete and you want to hop in the shack and warm up during one of the cooler games, or if you don't have a student athlete during the spring, we would still welcome the support. If you're looking to volunteer, you can visit our Boosters Facebook page. And speaking of volunteers, we did have a number of great volunteers this winter, and so we would like to draw 2 names for a Maynard Tigers umbrella. We do thank everybody who volunteered. So the first one goes to Tracy Fowler. And the second line goes to Miss Mack. We are very fortunate this season to have a number of volunteers for our a number of winter trophy sponsors. And so we'd like to thank Apex Entertainment, the Burke family, Cafe 641, Aviva Trattoria, Maynard Clinton Elks Lodge 1568, and the Sullivan family. All right. We'd also like to thank the custodial staff for setting everything up for tonight and throughout the season. There's a lot that they do. And thanks to WAVM for streaming tonight and for streaming as many of the events throughout the year as they can. We're very grateful to Mike Aria for all the support that he provides for the Boosters as well. Okay, tonight a number of awards will be given out. Whether or not you receive an award tonight, you have each made us very proud. You've pushed yourselves to be the best student athletes that you can be, and you've represented Maynard High School very well. So thank you for that. Lastly, I'd like to introduce Christine Morgan. She's our president for now, and she's going to present the letter jackets. These letter jackets are earned by participating in 4 years of the same sport or 5 varsity seasons of multiple sports. Have a good night.
Okay, first up is Will Fowler for golf and basketball. Sienna Hesbeck for soccer and swimming. Not sure if she's here tonight. It's not working, okay. Malaki Committee for football and basketball. Tommy Lawton for football, basketball, and baseball. Cody March for basketball. Alex Mendez for soccer, basketball, track, and baseball. Conrad Schluter for cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track. And David Schwinn for cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track. Thank you. Let's see where. Okay.
Thank you again to the Booster Club. Now we're going to get into the awards portion of the ceremony. First up will be girls basketball.
Okay, I have to put my glasses on. Hi, how's everybody tonight? All right, first and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody. My parents this year, we had some great parents. Can't ask for a better group of parents. They let me coach their daughters, and I hope that my staff and myself were good role models, good mentors, and we had a lot of fun this year. I'd like to thank the Briggs family. They donated, well, a lot of basketballs, I think 32, maybe even more. We were pegged as the worst team to have basketballs in our league. All the teams complained. So they were good enough to give us some good basketballs, and it really worked out well, so we thank them. Booster Club, every year you go above and beyond everything to help us. My grandkids love the Sugar Shack at the basketball games. Big thanks to Paul Morgan, helping out with all our bitty basketballs, travel basketballs, any kind of basketball games. Doing my book for the amount of years that you've done the book, I can't thank you enough. You're welcome anytime to come back and help. Julie Marsh for Friends of Maynard Basketball, all the pizzas that were given to us after basketball games. That was well liked, well deserved, and we really enjoyed them. My staff, Jamie Carroll, the JV team. JVs were 12-4 this year, which is pretty good. Looks like a bright future for Maynard girls basketball. My son Fuzzy and Allie Morgan, who was part of our state championship team. I couldn't ask for a better staff. Last but not least, my husband, who had to put up with me all year. So I thank him, grateful. I'm very happy to have him. So, words on the season, Final Four. I didn't imagine this was going to happen, but we made it to the Final Four this year, which was unbelievable. Last year, we made it to the Elite Eight, so the goal was pretty much to make it one further, which would have made the Final Four. So this team started in June of last year, worked hard in the Summer League. All of them attended the Top 100 camp. They won the Summer League over in Sudbury against some very, very good teams. They grew together more than they thought they did. They continued on to fall ball in Westford, winning there against also some great teams. Basketball season started. We started very slow in the beginning of the season. Lost some scrimmages, but continued to grow as a team. Season started, we lost to Hudson by 15. We then started to chat most every day. I started to treat them like a business. My employees, as I called them. We had PTO, sick time, mid-season reviews, chats with the captains and the players. We needed to grow the business. It wasn't growing. 4 years ago, when we started with the 3 captains that we have now, we used to lose to Tingsboro by 40, Hudson by 30, Littleton by 15. With the help of Fuzzy and Allie, slowly we started making these kids believe, work harder, and change their mindsets to be champions. Fuzzy taught them to huddle, talk out there on the floor, and to help the helper. Allie was in charge of the substitutes and helping them understand what they were doing right and what they were doing wrong. Playing time wasn't a given, as we had a few girls that could play just as good as anyone at any given time. I had to commend this team, as we had a few kids that played both JVs and varsity, and they went to both practices all year long. So that was pretty impressive. They got better and better as the year went on. We had 2 teams during practice that could give each other team an unbelievable game. So no team was better than the other. The kids that watched from the bench, that cheered them on, that made them who they were, they all worked hard to get where we were. They were all a team. I am so proud of them. As the season went on, we weren't losing to Tingsboro. We were actually beating them. We beat Littleton, and that 15-point loss to Hudson was only a 3-point loss at the second part when we played them the second time. We ended up in 3rd place in the league, not last as usual. The mindset was working. Now on to the playoffs. We ended up being ranked 3rd in Division 5, which is pretty awesome. We had team dinners, especially at my house. Skinny cooked, Bo and Riley came, teams got closer. We won a few games, got back to the Elite 8. We had another chat on the Tiger, which is in the middle of the floor. The girls looked at me and said, actually it was Nev that said it, last year they watched. They watched West Boylston get the trophy. They didn't want to watch this year. Mindset, championship mindset. Well, they didn't watch, they lifted the trophy as proud can be. I think Maynard was proud that night. Proud of the girls. They did pretty good for themselves. Final 4, off to Springfield. I'm only going to say that the little engine that could finally got pooped. We were tired. The team didn't look like the same team who had just won and made it to the Final 4, but I was still very, very proud of them. So league awards that were given out, we actually had an MVP of the league this year. Cal Currier, come on up. When the coaches meet, they all, vote on a team. They get to, 14 players. They said they couldn't handle Cal this year, so she got MVP. Congratulations. Yeah, you can stay. First team All-Star, Nev Duplessis. Second team All-Star, Shannon Kelly. She's actually running late, so she's not here yet. And we got Academic Award, Katie Stakowitz. Okay, now I'd like to bring up my captains this year, Nev, Maddie, and Shannon. So let me talk about these three very different captains and how wonderful they are and how they brought this team together and how I think everybody on the team had such a great time. So Nev, met you at tryouts in the 7th grade. I knew you were going to be great the moment I saw you playing. Nev is the one, I actually told Paul Morgan, you got to bring her to every game, get her on your travel team, we've got to get her playing. Nev is the one who knows every stat of every single player in the league. She texts me and says, we got to put Shannon on this one, we got to put Maddie on this one, we got to play this one. She tells me who to cover and what defense they play. So she's very knowledgeable when it comes to stats and other teams. Maddie believes in the team, kept the team together, whether it was cheering them on, making sure everyone was engaged on the bench, or texting everybody the details of all upcoming practices. Shannon was the defensive mastermind of the team. She would come off the court with plans on what they're playing, what we should be doing. Believe it or not, during halftime at the Littleton game, when we were over there, halftime we go in the locker room, she actually stood up, grabbed the dry erase pencil marker from me and drew exactly what we should be doing and what we should not be doing, and that's how, after that game, well, actually, we came out in the second half, and all we played was man-to-man the rest of the season. So it was actually Shannon's idea to do that, which was unbelievable. All three captains put together have made this Final Four team. They put the work in all 4 years. Summer ball, fall ball, you name it. They were there. I cannot thank this trio enough. We need more kids like that, like these kids here in Maynard, that enjoy the sport, don't give up on playing just because they don't get in the game, or they want to just concentrate on only one sport. Maynard is a small town, and we need people to play. We need people to keep in the sport, play in the sport, and just be proud of what and who we are in Maynard. Imagine if one of these captains just didn't play. They would have never known what kind of great player they would have become. Shannon might have never shot the shot that put us into overtime against AMSA. Nev might have never averaged over 12 points a game in postseason play. Maddie would have never had so many defensive block shots. And mostly, they would have never raised the Final Four trophy if they gave up. I applaud all three of them for being the captains, what they've done for the program, and for just being them. Thank you. So now I guess we got to give out their certificates. Allie, you guys can help. Rachel Briggs. Haley Carroll. Cal Currier. Nev. Gianna Green. She's not here, right? Abigail Carlin. Shannon Kelly. Madison Morgan. Riley Rashi. Leah Rivers Wright. Katie Stakowitz. Shay Sweeney. So there you have a Division V Final Four girls basketball team.
Hello, everybody. Jamie Carroll here, girls JV basketball coach. Hope everybody's having fun out there. JV girls had a great year. We went 12-4. The team consisted, we had 4 sophomores, 6 freshmen, and 2 middle school girls. And I remember telling them day one of practice that you guys all will be heavily involved. We have to work as a team. If we do that, we're going to have a very fun and successful year. And they did, from beginning to end. I mean, 12-4. There's nothing you can say bad about that. We finished second in the league overall. We lost twice to undefeated Littleton. Still would like to play them a third time because I think we could beat them on the right night. We did beat third place Lunenburg by twice, both games I mean to say. And that was especially fun because that program isn't the most friendly program. The coaching, not my favorite, so it was really nice to beat them twice. I mean, the girls, day one of practice, I walk in, and I won't embarrass her, but one of the girls came up to me and said, "Hi, are you so excited about basketball? Because I am." Oh, wait, don't worry, I won't say your name. But it was really a fun year. I mean, the girls really worked hard. Halfway through the season, or a few games through the season, 4 of the girls got called up to varsity and with swings. So we had 4 girls doing 2 practices a day, 5 days a week, or 3 days without the games, and that's not easy. So good for them. I mean, they all worked hard all year, good communication, people showed up at practice. And, we didn't have that leading scorer every game. We came as a team, and I told the girls, come here, every night's going to be different, root for each other. And they were tight. They were all friends. They were all rooting for each other and excited when someone did well. And every night there was, a new leader or a new person that helped us win the game. But like I said, I can't be prouder of this group. We really got together. I said one of the right around Christmas during the break, we had 2 weeks of practices that they weren't the greatest because people were on vacation, people were sick, And we had a game, Mike got us a couple of games against Hopedale actually got us a game against Hopedale, which is an out-of-conference game, because we lost, Quabbin didn't have a JV team. So we played them during the break without having much practice time, and I think all the coaches know here, if you don't practice well, you're not going to play well. Sure enough, we lost that game, and it was probably the worst game we played all year. But I told the girls after that on the bus ride and the next day of practice, I said, they're not better than us. That was just a bad game. And I begged Mike to get us a rematch, and he did. Hopedale came back to Maynard about a month later, and we kicked their butts up and down the court. So that was a real proud moment of these girls, and they worked hard, and they knew when we lost to them that they weren't better. They believed, and they believed in each other, and we worked hard. We had film night. We watched what they did, and they had a girl that was a swing. I think she scored 20-something points on us the first game, and we shut her down. I think she got 2 points, very frustrated. But the girls, like I said, they worked hard. They wanted to do film night every week. They wanted to find out who we're playing, and they believed in each other. And like I said, very proud of each and every one of these girls. So I do want to thank some people out there. The parents, your JV parents were awesome. I mean, came not just the home games, the away games. We have so many far games. And they're there, and you're hearing them cheering and rooting them on in the stands, and that means a lot. So appreciate all you for that. Amy Shue does my scorebook every game, drives all the fireplaces, keeps the other team in check that they're not, messing with the scorebook, the score's right, make sure I know how many timeouts, how many fouls everybody has. So Amy, thank you very much. A lot of help for me. Jeremy Poulin this year did Game Changer, and that was awesome because I had every stat in the book, rebounds, steals, everything, and you can look at it after the game. So Jeremy, big help for that too. Thank you very much. Just an unbelievable year. I look forward to doing it again. I got to thank Mike Aria because he gave me this opportunity last year, and honestly, it was 2 just great seasons, a lot of fun. I've had a great group of girls. Look forward to continuing working with them as they're on to varsity and so on. I got to thank Kristen. She's been helping us out along the way, helping going over plays with the girls. If we have questions, we can go right to her. Fuzzy and Allie have been great joining, and we can talk to them about it. So it's just been, girls basketball is going in the right direction. Everything is doing great. So just very proud of the whole situation. And I will leave you guys with that. I guess we're going to do the sheets, all right? And I'll call you guys up. Ashley Carroll. Yeah. Otelia Donnelly. Emmy Giroux. Lily Harrison. Madeline Carlin. I don't think she's here. Sadie Poulin. Sarah Schwinn. And Isabella Shue. Let's hear it for JV girls basketball.
Good evening, athletes and loved ones in the audience. Coach McAvoz and I had the pleasure of coaching an amazing group of players this season, and I'll be speaking on behalf of the both of us tonight. For Coach Mack and I, the success of the season is measured by the improvement of each player as well as the team as a whole. This middle school team is extremely special to us as they are truly the kindest team. There's something so magical about watching the players love the game of basketball and be so enthusiastic to improve and help each other. They showed up ready to play, eager to learn, and that's what they did. They learned to play together and support each other both on and off the court. The strength of a team lies in how they react and adapt when we are not always winning. Witnessing this group cheer each other on was what made this team so special. We didn't have the most wins this year, but it made that triple overtime win over Clinton that much better and sweeter, especially as our last game of the season. So to the 8th graders that are moving on to the high school next year, we will miss you very much, but we look forward to watching you grow both as basketball players and students. To the 7th graders, keep putting in the hard work during the off season, and I mean it when I say we cannot wait for another fun season next year. To the 2024 to 2025 girls middle school basketball team, Thank you for a great season. You girls truly are the best. So I would like to recognize the team for participating in girls basketball. So Charlotte Edwards, Maylee Hyatt, Sarah Carlin, Megan Kelly, Scarlett Leonard, Zara Lunyaga, Viviana Mendoza, Natalie Naseda, Kylie Nakurvis, Isabel Parvez, Audrey Scapoletti, and Layla Sullivan. And Audrey Curtin. Is Audrey's here?
I'd like to thank the Booster Club for putting this excellent event on and being supportive of us and the boys team, all three teams, all year. And I'd also like to congratulate Coach Kristen, Cal, that's Fuzzy's real name, Cal, Allie, Jamie, and most importantly, all the girls. What an outstanding run to the Division V Final Four. And for the boys, it was extremely exciting to witness the passion in that Maynard High School gym this year and to watch the girls reach tremendous heights. On my team this year, we had our first losing season in 15 years. But it didn't change a thing on how we proceeded. The kids were extremely coachable. We built on tremendous character and friendship, and we just shared our sacrifices together, whether they were winning or losing. The kids know my favorite saying, which is victory has 1,000 fathers and losing is but an orphan. Those words for you history majors here at Maynard were uttered by John F. Kennedy in 1961 when the United States were unsuccessful in trying to overturn Fidel Castro and the Cuban government. And the meaning is quite clear, right? To win like the girls won, everybody's there for you. Everybody's patting you on the back. Everybody's hugging you. And when you're losing, there's a certain agony of defeat, and there's a certain loneliness, especially, as Jamie said, those bus rides on the way home can be very, very long. And for us, there certainly was much agony there. But we learned a lot, and what's most impressive to me is that we supported each other during the entire process. And we just continued, win or lose, trying to build what we consider to be our positive culture. And for that, I am extremely thankful to my seniors, Will, Cody, Malaki, Dylan, Alex, and Jackson. You guys kept us moving forward. You never let up, and you never let defeat fail you. And for that, I am extremely proud of those seniors. I always talk about how we get good culture. The players must have great character, and I'm a firm believer that they get that character from their mom. And we are very lucky to not only have 6 tremendous seniors, but to have 6 tremendous mothers behind these kids. They worked hard, and they all worked every day around one goal. And for us, that was just to improve every day. We did have success on the court. First, we compete at extremely high level. Our Mid-Watch C League is a very, very good league. We qualified for both the Clark Tournament and the state tournament for 15 consecutive years. Something that I don't get to win very often, but we were named the League Sportsmanship Award winner. So we'll take that when we can get that. But I'm really proud of the players, how they developed. Our league was strong, as I mentioned. Our league had 10 returning all-star players. We had 0 returning all-star players, but I'm proud to say that we put 2 outstanding players this year on the league all-stars, and that is Will Fowler. Come on up, Will. And Cody March. We're also proud of the work that we do off the court. Whether we win or lose, we believe strongly in the work that we do off the court. And for us, that's partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Assabet Valley and the great leadership that Nikki Tyler provides. Our players volunteer for over 100 hours of volunteer work with the youth basketball programs. It allows our players to act as mentors for the next generation. I want to thank Coach Mark Stakowitz and the work that he does with our Biddy Ball League. And like Kristen said, I too want to thank the Friends of Maynard Basketball. It's a very passionate committee. It's led by Julie March, but all of the folks involved in that program really help us, again, winning or losing with a lot of things that make our program special. And finally, in the classroom, right? And we had an individual that was named to the Mid-Watch All-Academic Award winner, and that is Dylan Gallo. Dylan, come on up. So what does this mean, right? This on-the-court, off-the-court partnership that I think we have here and that I'm really, really proud of. It means that collectively with the Boys and Girls Club, with our players, and with our parents, and we add that to our coaching staff. Coach Kyle, Coach Ian, Coach Ryan, and Coach Nick. I couldn't ask for 4 better coaches, better mentors, and coaches that just work all year round to help these players. Not to mention Coach Ryan and Coach Kyle get paid $0. But I'm so proud that we all, whether it's our parents, whether it's the folks at the Boys and Girls Club, whether it's our players, everybody's pushing one boat for us to have success. And for that, I'm very thankful to all of you, parents and players. At this point, we'll give out our varsity certificates. But I do want to just take a moment to say a couple of words about our seniors. They not only did everything right on the court, but they're tremendous good citizens. They were great teammates, both this year and for some of them for their entire Maynard High School career. They all put the team first. They're all extremely authentic people, and I'd like to introduce them now. First up, Will Fowler. Next, Cody March. Let's just line up there before we get everybody up. Malaki Kamiti. Yep, right there. Dylan Gallo. Now, good work, kid. Alex DeRobert. and Jackson Price. Good job. Jackson, good job. Our 11th graders, Tommy Lawton, Alex Mendez, and Zach Rivers Wright. Our 10th grader, Price Gazzosi, and our 9th graders, Tommy Stakowitz, Fidel Daniel, and Liam Breen. Our 2025 Maynard Boys varsity basketball team. You guys can have a seat.
Yeah, sounds good. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ian Fowler. I'm the JV boys basketball coach. I want to start by thanking you all for coming out tonight to support all the athletes and teams to celebrate another year of successful seasons. Huge thank you to the Booster Club for all they do throughout the year, and specifically this event, as well as Friends of Maynard Basketball for everything you guys do throughout the year. The whole program really appreciates it, so thank you. All right, so the boys JV basketball team enjoyed another competitive year, facing many other schools that would challenge us and oftentimes shine a light on areas that we had to improve on as a team. We'd acknowledge that, we'd go to practice the next day, and we'd work on it and we'd fix it. This brings me to something that we talked about often called the process. The process is the act of showing up every day with one goal in mind, and that's to improve, to be better than we were the day before. It's also being able to celebrate your ups as well as being able to build off them, but it's also about being able to learn from your downs, which we absolutely had our fair share of this year. But I think this team really understood that and bought into the message of you can be aggravated for whatever reason. You can be mad you lost the game. You can be mad you played bad. That's all normal feelings to have, of course, as an athlete. But regardless, you can't change the past. There's one answer, and that's to show up the next day with the goal to improve. We were a young team with a couple sophomores, but majority were freshmen. And with that mindset and attitude that I spoke about them having, they have a really cool opportunity in front of them to have a lot of success here. I'm going to wrap up my speech by acknowledging the outstanding careers these seniors up here had. This is my 4th year doing this, as I mentioned, so this is my first time being with the group completing that full freshman to senior year cycle. I've enjoyed watching you all become better basketball players. However, I've known a lot of you a lot longer than that. And I can say it's been a real privilege watching you guys grow up and accomplish so many great things throughout your lives. And I know you all have so much more success in front of you all. So I will now do the certificates. Connor Noble. Michael Coleman, Levi DeRome, Dan Carroll, Lance Buckles, Jacoby Loin, Ethan Talkoff, Miles Demore, Hunter Fumicello, and Nick Straticus. No shot. Great season, no Nick. Great season, guys, and like I said, I really look forward to watching you guys grow and improve to next year. Thank you. No Nick, no Lance,
Okay. Just give you
Coach Paliki of the boys middle school basketball team was unable to be here tonight, so I'm going to share a few words on his behalf. The 2024-25 Fowler Middle School boys basketball team had an exceptional season, finishing with an impressive 11-3 record. This group of players demonstrated a tremendous work ethic, a strong commitment to improving, and an unwavering desire to compete at a high level. Their dedication was evident in every practicing game, where they consistently pushed themselves and each other to be the best that they could be. Whether it was executing well in tight games or maintaining focus throughout the season, the team's collective effort was key to their success. Looking ahead, the future is bright for this group of young athletes. Their talent, combined with their strong teamwork and drive, sets the stage for an even greater accomplishments on the court. Each player contributed significantly to the team's success, showing growth and development throughout the season. With their work ethic and determination, the 24-25 Fowler Middle School boys basketball team is poised for continued success and has a bright future ahead in the sport. Next, we will hand out the certificates. Colin Bento. Landon Carlson. Tristan Dankovich. Jaden Devereaux. Timothy Giroux. Max Hawkmuth. Quinn Kilpatrick. Romeo Lamb. Lex Masella. Owen McDonald. Giovanni Molinario. Liam Noble. Cameron Pierce. Brandon Silks. Benjamin Waldron. And Colin Young. The 24-25 Fowler boys basketball team.
For indoor track. This season marks our fourth season now of our young program, and I can't believe it's already 4 years has gone by. I think this year particularly, we've had some of our largest success during the season with kids who have improved from one point to another by the end of the season. It was really great to see. I think I start better this year than any other year. I also think our seniors stepped up in a big way, and also really big improvements from last year. Everyone from Patrick Mara showing his strength in the 300. Izzy Burke had huge improvements in the hurdles. Alex Guads having a stellar season right across the board, building on what he had last year. And Jackson showing some resilience with getting injuries, but still finding a way to come back. I like to bring this up every year, but I always want to salute the indoor track athletes because they're the one event that's really outside during the winter. And the running out in the cold and the rain, doing workouts in front of the school because the track is covered in snow, trying to throw a shot put in the school and putting a hole in the wall, not my fault, I swear. Or having limited practice time with high jump and long jump because you just don't have access to what we need. And let's not even talk about how late the track meets go to on weeknights. So not at 9 would be a good time to come home. And on weekends, you have to dedicate a lot of time to invitationals where they're there for 5, 6 hours almost every single weekend sometimes. So it's a lot of dedication, a lot of work, a lot of activity out in cold weather. So I always give a lot of credit to the kids who do the sport. I also want to call out the other coaches who all make it possible. Without their help, I'm not sure this could go well. And Steve and Sean, Coach Sean here, I don't think this would happen without them because of how important it is and how many different events and kids we have. You really got to break it up, and it's really important to have nice coaching going along the whole way. I'll celebrate some of the others here. So our All-Stars this year, actually I'll do that last. celebrate, I brought them up, but I want to bring up to Izzy Burke, Alex Guads, Patrick Maurer, Jackson Severance. They're my 4 seniors this year. They did a great job. If they're their captain or if they weren't, they still show great leadership. I appreciate everything that they bring to the table for the team. Captains this year were Izzy Burke, Maya Royan, Allison Sharon, Annie Bollier, Alex Guads, Jackson Severance, and David Schwind. It's a lot of captains, but again, as I was saying before, you really need it. You need it with how many events we're doing. Team gets broken up to a lot of different groups every single day, so these captains lead these smaller groups, and it's an important aspect of what we do. All right, so now on to that. So our All-Stars for this year, congratulations. For us, our All-Stars mean that you place first in the league meet. So against our other teams, you have this one race. And how it works is you don't really vote for that like some other sports do. It's if you win it. If you come in first place, you get it. And the 2 we had for this year were Izzy Burke in the 55-meter hurdles and Alex Guads also in the hurdles. So congratulations. Come on up. This year's academic awards goes to Patrick Mara and May Arroyan. So come on up. All right, so now we're going to go through our certificates. What I'd like to make here is that we train as one team. A lot of teams you have JV, varsity, middle school, but for us, girls and boys teams, JV, middle school, varsity, we all train together. We all do the same workouts. We go to the same races, and we all race together. So I'm going to call them all up, and they can all come up at the same time. So there might be a lot of kids here. Jackson Traby, Aiden Traby, Jordan, never get his last name right, sorry. Daniel Kelly, Conrad Shooter, David Schwind, Alex Guads, Patrick Mara, Jackson Severance, Armin Swan, I don't know how to say that last name, sorry. Ryan Gringus, Tyler Brady, Henry Cohen, John Kavanaugh, Isaac Lavelli, you can help out too. Tyler Lovering, Cal Matheson, Adam Dallas, Lucas Harrison, RJ Hobbs, Manny Kyman, Andrew Lovering, Lester Perez Segura, Elian, Sarek Trush, Clark Worcester, Victoria Caldwell, Arabella Caldwell, Clara Scopoletti, May Arroyan, Annie Bollier, Izzy Breen, Allison Sharon, here you go, hand them over to them. Reagan Murray, Izzy Burke, Kat Kavanaugh, Chase Haggett, Bryn Shipman, Jordan Stein, Alice Blount, Audrey Flukes, Sammy Ford, Addie Scott, Ida Solomon Rar, Sabrina Sims. Definitely unique for how many kids we have here, but thank you everyone for being part of this team, being part of growing this program with us. We're still handing more of them out because there's a million certificates to hand out. How we doing? All right, one more minute. But I think our future here is bright. I think we have a great core. We're losing a few seniors, but we're going to get everyone back here. And I'm looking forward to what we can do in the next couple of years. So thank you.
Good evening. My name is Justin Bush, and I'm the head hockey coach at Assabet Valley, Maynard's co-op. We had a good season this year. We went 11-9 and qualified for the state tournament. We played in Somerville. Close game, but we come up short 3-2. It was a hard season, up and down. Started off strong. Lost a couple players here or there to injuries and whatnot, but the kids battled really hard. We had a great group of seniors this year, some really good captains, led by Jack Dutton, Liam Lawton, and Travis Birmingham. Our other Maynard players on the team was Nash Thompson, another senior, Elliot Edwards, Evan Hogan, and Holden Peters. We had our hockey banquet a couple weeks ago. We had a few Maynard players win a couple of awards. Liam Lawton won the Georgia Nassus Award from Camaraderie and Leadership. Our Peter Richardson Award for Good Sportsmanship went to Nash Thompson. Our Corey Arsenal Award for Exemplary Effort went to Elliot Edwards. And our Hobie Baker Award for High School Character Award, this went to Jack Dutton. We had some All-Stars as well that were selected to the Central Mass All-Star team. Jack Dutton, Liam Lawton, and Elliot Edwards. And we had an honorable mention for Travis Birmingham. So we're going to give out the certificates now. Nash Thompson. Jack Dutton. Liam Lawton. Elliot Edwards. Evan Hogan. And Holden Peters. Thank you.
All right, so now we get to the individual award presentation part of this. We're great to lead this off, and we're looking at most improved. We're going to start with middle school first, with the middle school girls. She has been a star for our middle school track team since she started last year, showing speed and poise in tough racing conditions. She got a stress fracture at the end of last spring track season, but recovered and joined the indoor season ready to compete. She even still had a minor injury during the middle of the season, but still, was resilient and still came back to support the team and at the league meet and the Rising Championship meet. This year's most improved goes to Alice Blount. And for the middle school boys, most improved. This middle school runner really popped off the track this indoor season. It's a huge improvement from last year. He was our primary 1,000-meter runner, and he improved that time by nearly 30 seconds, hitting his PR near the end of the season with a 3-minute flat 1,000. We just started practicing outdoor track, and I can tell he is on the track and ready to improve his fitness by a lot. This year's most improved goes to RJ Hobbs.
You got it? You want to do the next one?
I'll just do Victoria. You do that. All right. This runner had a tough injury last year, which stopped her from running and competing for a while. She had to come back in indoor track and really made the most of it. She ran the 300-meter dash for us all season and was consistently one of the top girls in the events. She also covered the 4x2 and placed second in the league meet with a solid time of 1:59.10. This year's most improved goes to Victoria Caldwell. I'll accept that on her behalf. Thank you.
Most improved for boys high school. Over the years, I have seen signs of greatness in this runner. He would have these big jumps in success, and other seasons, like in cross country. I felt like this is the first season where he really put the whole thing together, and I kept seeing improvements race after race. He topped out at the Northeast Invitational with a time of 1 minute and 30 seconds for the 600 meter, which qualified him for the state championship. He also was an important leg in a 4x400 team, which also competed at the state championship. This year's most improved goes to Daniel Kelly.
Okay, for my portion of the night that I dislike the most is individual awards, because I, like all of you players, went to Maynard High School and never got an award. So I have too many scars, and we needed a truck to bring my wife's trophies home. So those scars still stick. Boys Varsity Most Improved Award winner is Dylan Gallo. Dylan, like most of our players, is a team-first guy. This year, he took advantage of a very difficult situation for us, right, where our point guard and best player went down with a torn ACL, and Dylan was now put into a position where he was going to move from what we consider to be an off-ball position to an on-ball position, which changes the paradigm quite dramatically. He never complained, both in that role and in anything we went through as a team this year. Like most of our players, extremely focused on the process. As he transitioned into that point guard role, he gave our team a really different dimension that we would have had if he had stayed in his wing position in developing a really good mid-range game. But the thing that I admire most about Dylan is his ability to split his duties between basketball and football. There's nobody that worked harder in two sports the way Dylan did and the way Dylan does. And I have so much respect and admiration for what he did because I watched it. I watched him go to quarterback camps all year long, and I watched him get to every off-season workout that we had without missing any of it. And Coach Kristen hit on this briefly, but there's far too many kids, not only in Maynard, but across the United States that are specializing, and kids that are just trying to be one-sport athletes. And I just admire Dylan for all he put in to both of these sports, because clearly football was his number one sport. I'm proud of his work in the classroom as our academic award winner. He was obviously one of our captains. He'll be attending one of the more outstanding institutions in the United States at WPI next year, and he'll be playing football. Again, our most improved award winner, Dylan Gallo.
First off, I'd just like to thank all my teammates. None of this would have been possible without them. You know, even though we might have not had the great season, it was a blessing really to go in there every day and see them, hang out with them, talk with them, and practice with them. I'll cherish those memories forever. And I'm really grateful to have been coached by Coach House for the past 3 years. He has taught me so much about basketball, but also how to be a better man. And I'm just very thankful to be a part of the Maynard Boys basketball varsity program.
Next, we have the Fowler Boys Basketball Most Improved Award. In the words of Coach Paliki, this athlete has shown incredible growth and dedication throughout the season. His hard work and commitment to getting better greatly contributed to his development, and his improvement on both ends of the court was a key factor in the team's success. Congratulations, Colin Bento.
So I'm going to hold off on my most improved girls basketball at the moment. And I'm going to call Fuzzy up to give we put in a new award this year. So he is going to give out the Hard Hat Award, which is totally his idea, and it really worked for the girls. So it was a good start for an award.
Before I start, it's a little weird. I think the last time I was in this auditorium was my winter sports banquet, my senior year, so it's kind of weird. But it's kind of sad looking up, seeing my girls especially, and then some parents too. A lot of you guys are looking just at your phones, and I just feel like these student athletes, especially the coaches and the younger kids as well, kind of just deserve everyone's full attention. So politely, I'm going to ask if you could just put your phones away. This was my first year coaching. I had a lot of fun. I'm an electrician, so when I go to work every day, I put my hard hat on and kind of just wanted to bring it on. I guess it portrays the girl in that game that put the name on the back of the jersey over themselves, mostly defensively. Diving on loose balls, rebounding, stuff like that. So we had a new winner every game. I feel like they all enjoyed it. I hope they did. But this one goes to the girl that we as coaches thought portrayed those things every game, and that is Katie Stakowitz.
Okay, so first off, I want to thank my parents for putting up with me throughout the whole season. I couldn't do it without you guys, especially my dad for the hours, both on the court, off the court, in season, off season. I literally would not be here without him. Coaches for believing in me no matter what, and my teammates for being the best group that I've ever played any sport with. I literally told them this every day, but I have never felt so loved and supported no matter what on a sports team, and I'm so grateful to have gone this far with them and had these years with them. So, thank you.
So for middle school girls basketball, this season's most improved really surprised us all with her hard work. She started out a bit unsure and often refused to jump when shooting and rebounding. However, her work ethic and willingness to improve have earned her this title. She practiced hard, asked questions, and her improvement was evident on the court. This player truly made a difference both on offense and on defense, and her presence was felt at all times. The growth we have witnessed in the past 2 years, and especially this year, made her a clear choice. The recipient of the Most Improved Award is Charlotte Edwards. Congratulations.
Before we get to the Unsung Hero Award, we have some gift cards from Cafe 641 to hand out to some lucky winners in some of these seats. The first gift card goes to seat A9. A9. And look, we have a winner. There he is.
Our boys varsity unsung hero award is Malaki Committee. Malaki, well, first let me say this award is named after a good family friend of mine, John Beals, who played here at Maynard High School and passed away way too early in high school. But Malaki has all the ingredients of a leader, and I think he was our most consistent player. Every game, every practice, working harder than everybody, doing the work on the defensive end, out doing more work on the boards than all of our players collectively over the course of a season, scored when those opportunities came his way. Like most of my guys, team first guy, but I think if any of our players led by example, nobody did a better job than Malaki. Been a part of our program here for 12 years. The one thing that sticks out to me about Malaki is we talk, and Coach Ian talked about the process, and it's really important to us that we don't get hung up in the end result. And I don't think there's any one person on our team that embraces the process better than Malaki. He doesn't know this, but I got my hands on a college essay that he wrote before our season, in which he talked about the process and not how it relates to basketball, but how it relates to school and life. And it's something that touched my heart near and dear, that what we're trying to teach these kids really kind of set in to him, where he was able to put that in an essay. He's obviously a captain of our basketball team. He too will be attending a prestigious institution in Wentworth Institute of Technology in Boston. Again, our Unsung Hero Award winner, Malaki Committee.
I just want to quickly thank my teammates, because those are guys that I'd really want to share the court with. And all 4 years, they really made me a harder worker, especially my senior year. I want to thank my coaches, especially Coach Ian Fowler, who instilled a lot of confidence in me early on and saw a lot of potential in me. And I want to thank Coach Kyle and Coach Howes, who always taught us the life lessons through basketball and really connected it through life. And I want to lastly thank my mom, who always was as dedicated as I was throughout when I was younger, and always took me to travel games and AAU practices, and always cared as much as I did.
Awesome.
The Fowler boys basketball unsung hero. In the words of Coach Paliki, this athlete's contributions to the team often go unnoticed, but are absolutely invaluable. His relentless work ethic, hustle, and willingness to do the little things, from setting screens to making key defensive plays, played a crucial role this whole season. Congratulations to the unsung hero winner, Max Hockmuth.
Girls basketball unsung hero, Nev Duplessis. So, as I said before, Nev came into the program in the 7th grade. Never heard of her, never saw her. Came in and I was like, oh my God, who is that girl? Amazing right off the start. Told Paul Morgan again, who's this girl? You got to get her on the travel team. You got to pick her up, drop her off, make sure she's at every single game. Played JV as freshman year where she excelled. Then she moved up to varsity, captain varsity year. This year, she not only grew as a player, but she has grown as a person. Very knowledgeable at the game of basketball. She did a great job with the younger girls coming on varsity, lots of positive reinforcement. This year, she's surpassed my expectations, which is a big reason why we made it to the Final Four. 226 points. She's got 33s on the year. 3 years ago, we didn't even make a three in a game. So I believe it's the record of 33s in one season. And that's only a part of what she did for us. Defensively, second half of the year, she picked up her game as a defensive specialist. She came to play this year. She came to win this year. Her play came out of her heart this year. Just an incredible kid who I will miss very much. You're up, Ned.
I was horrible in 7th grade, so I don't really know what that's about. But I'd like to thank Callie and Katie, because I've been playing with them the longest. And, my fellow captains, Maddie and Shannon, couldn't have done it without them. They're my close friends. That's about it.
Every team has an unsung hero, the player who consistently contributes without the glory of the spotlight, the player with the positive, ambitious energy that is contagious to the rest of the team. This year's unsung hero somehow flew under the radar even with all her shooting skills, but she was always there to support her teammates, even when injured. This player makes the team better just by doing her job on the court and cheering her teammates on. Her hard work and dedication to the team was felt both by her teammates and coaches and will be missed dearly next year. The Unsung Hero Award goes to Audrey Curtin.
for her. I thought it was for me. I thought that was for me.
Just as a quick note, you have us for the next 8 awards, so got a lot of indoor track coming your way.
And I talk quick. You might not understand me, but I'll talk quick. All right, so the unsung hero, start with the high school girls. Hey, high school girls. All right, I feel this athlete may have gotten this award in the past, not too sure. She always steps up when needed and is willing to run what is needed. This year, she started running longer distances and seen some early success. She used to be a short sprinter when she first arrived in the middle school, but now started running the 600 meters indoor, which is a race that is almost perfect between a mix of sprint and endurance. She finished the season with a PR of 2 minutes for the race. She also did a great job backing up our relay teams and was able to jump into either of them when we were down an athlete. This year's unsung hero goes to Miss Clara Scarpinelli. Scarpinelli. All right, high school boys next. This athlete is a senior on the team, and while not named the captain during indoor, was often having to fill that role for the team as needed, as he was a natural leader. He covered many events for the team, including the 55 dash, 300 meter dash, 4x2, and the 4x4, and the list goes on. Relays, and he also did the long jump when available. His highlights include running a great 300 meter in the league meet with a PR 39.5 and going to the state championship on the 4x4 team, which is, I think since I've been here, has been the fastest 4x4 team, and probably for outdoor since you've been here too, right? So the fastest 4x4 team, they ran a 3:42.86, giving them the indoor school record. This year's unsung hero is Mr. Patrick Mara. All right, now we're gonna do the middle school girls, the gals. All right, this athlete came on scene last year moving quickly, but really jumped in. She was part of the trio of girls to be very competitive in our league meet and had the best showing in the 55-meter dash that we've ever had. All 3 girls qualified for the finals, which we've never seen before, and it's amazing to think that two of the three girls were middle schoolers. She comes in with a positive outlook and was willing to jump in all the bigger meets as needed and was part of the successful 4x2 team. This year's unsung hero goes to Miss Audrey Flukes.
For the unsung hero for the boys, middle school. This young athlete consistently has a great attitude at practice and at meets. He's shown up to all the meets and practices and never complained. He worked hard and had a solid mile time of 7:16. He is young, and I can't wait to see him get faster and more fit as he gets a little older. This year's unsung hero for middle school is Henry Cohen. You didn't make it. All right, it's time for us to move on to the coaches' awards. We will start with high school and boys' high school. Here is a captain, and while he was a little more quiet than some of the other captains, I always appreciated his positive attitude. He is one of only a few senior boys and the only distance runner out of them. He covered the 2-mile for me and battled sickness all season, but always focused on his return. At the end of the season, he ran a great 2-mile at our league championship, coming in 6th place and scoring for the team. I know he's feeling better now and ready to finish off his senior year with success in the outdoor track. This year's Coaches Award goes to Jackson Severance. All right, for the High School Girls Coaches Award. Here's somebody that had a huge impact on the team, even though she was injured for the entire season. She came to all the practices, helped the distance team with their workouts, timing, and basically became another coach, to be honest with you. She came to all the meets and would give the splits and count laps for the distance runners. Even when I was too busy running around, she would do this for me. She did this all while for herself, working, getting healthier and trying to, while still doing homework, getting healthier and timing, and the amount of stuff she does is mind-boggling. She was an amazing captain, and glad to have her helping the team, and can't wait to have her next year also. This year's Coaches Award goes to Allison Sharon. I'll just do this one, or you can come that one, okay? Okay, over to middle school. We'll do the middle school boys first. I think I've celebrated this student pretty much almost every season so far because he's had so much success. But he's always working hard, and he really never complains. And he keeps showing improvement, which is one thing I really like to celebrate here because, our mantra is just improvement work hard every day, improve each time, always working that each improvement, and then the wins and the races all come as you work harder and harder. He improved his mile time from a 5:30 down to a 5:12. He was also an alternate on the 4x400 team and covered it numerous times during the season. This year's Coaches Award goes to Andrew Levering.
All right, middle school girls. So we like giving the Coaches Award to athletes who really show up and put in an amazing effort. This runner wasn't the fastest on the team, but wanted to be at every meet and all the invitational meets towards the end of the season. She was a solid 55-meter runner, right behind our top girls, and often ran the 4x2 and the 4x4, even at her young age. If she keeps this focus for the next couple of years, I can see her having lots of success. This year's Coaches Award goes to Miss Sabrina Sims.
Coaches Award, girls basketball, Maddie Morgan. What an amazing story, Maddie. Amazing. I knew Maddie as Allie's little sister when she was growing up. Freshman year, she started playing basketball. She was a swing player with so much potential. Sophomore year came along, and Maddie had to take the year off due to medical reasons. She tried her best to come to the games and practice. Her family was tremendous in regards to supporting her, as well as getting the much-needed help that she needed. Our team gave her strength by being supportive, especially Tessa Gilligan. Maddie's journey from sophomore year to this year has been nothing but miraculous. She's inspired me with her journey as well as many other girls. Mindset this year with the team has been on an everyday topic with everybody. Maddie as well as the team have battled with the best of them. Sometimes we would come out as the winner, but sometimes we wouldn't. It's those days that we reflect on our mindset. It's how you get back up off your feet, how you act when you lose, and how are we going to get better. Maddie has proved that this year. She battled and landed on her feet. Maddie was the person who would get everyone motivated on the team. We can do this, she would say. What an example she's been for everyone. Stay on your feet, Maddie. I will miss such an incredible kid. Allie, I'm sorry I'm going to say this, but the Morgans save the best for last. Thank you, Maddie.
Like Kristen said, I was out sophomore year, but to get me to where I am, I'd like to thank this basketball team and Kristen. I don't think I'd be where I am without everyone. They played a big role into helping me get here. And this year, I have never loved a team this much. Everyone was so awesome, and yeah, I can't even say, words can't describe. Also, I'd like to thank my co-captain, Shannon and Nev. They were awesome and did so well, and they improved so much this season too. Fuzzy and my sister was a big help, and I'm happy she was able to coach with them this year. And also to my dad, like Kristen said, he's been a part of this program for I don't even know how long, since my brother. So big thanks to him for going to all my games and doing everything for me for basketball. Thank you.
I'm coming back up. Most improved, Shannon Kelly. Averaged 6.4 points per game. She had 140 points this year. She shot 15 three-point shots. My defensive specialist. We put Shannon defensively on the best players from the other team. Best game defensively that she had was against number 5 from Prospect Hill. After the game, Shannon said she was the best player that she had covered all year long. She apologized to me for not being active on the offensive part of the game. I actually thought that game she was tremendous on both the offense and the defense. Shannon was the player that as a coach you look to on the floor to help spark the team. She's unbelievably athletic and sneakingly fast. She has progressed as a player this year immensely. She came on strong starting in the summer league, moving through fall ball, and then this basketball season. Fun fact about Shannon is she's an unbelievable artist. Whatever the future holds for Shannon, I know she will do it in style while asking a lot of questions on the way. Like what I said about Nev, she's just an incredible kid, and I'll miss her.
I didn't actually realize that we were giving speeches, so I didn't really have anything prepared in my mind, but I just want to say thank you to my team, my co-captains, Nev and Maddie, my parents, Kristen, Cal, and Allie, and everyone for coming out to support us during this season. It was great, and I'm going to miss everybody.
All right, the Coach's Award is always the toughest one to award, as every single player deserves it for a different reason. With that being said, the recipient of this award goes to a player who has been extremely flexible and has stepped into playing various roles as needed, following in the steps of her sister. This player would play all positions and would do so willingly and with excitement. She's the player that listens, adapts, and can always be counted on. This player consistently demonstrated a positive attitude, a willingness to learn, and a selfless approach to the game. This year's Coach's Award goes to Megan Kelly.
Our boys varsity coaches award goes to Will Fowler. Our coaches award, much like the track team said, is a program award. We're always looking for that player that has invested the most in the program. And there's nobody that represents our basketball program greater than Will. I consider him part of the program. I consider him a program kid, and I consider this a Program award. Will was chosen by our fellow coaches as a league all-star. Much like my other guys, he's a team-first guy, and he's willing to do whatever's best for the team. He probably, no, not probably, he had the #1 toughest job for our team this year, in that every team was coming out to stop Will Fowler. And that's a task in and of itself. And he passed with flying colors. He's the best pure shooter in our league, evidenced by his 266 points and his 68 made three-pointers. That number 68 is second best in our league and top 4 in the entire Central Massachusetts. Much like my other award winners, there's one characteristic that sticks out the most when I think of Will, and that's nobody worked harder than Will Fowler to be a better basketball player, both in our season, in our summer league, playing AAU in the spring, playing AAU in the fall, and doing that for 12 consecutive years. I think he represents our value system better than anybody. I think he's our most passionate leader. He's our captain of our basketball team. I think he's undecided about his, you have? He hasn't, but I'm betting playing golf at Roger Williams. Our winner will follow. Say a few words for him.
How's it going, everyone? I just want to first thank my parents. I couldn't do it without you guys. Thank my brothers, Ian and Adam. Adam's not here tonight. I don't know what he's up to, but thank you, Ian. I truly, words can't describe how grateful I am for you, and you really led the way for me, so I love you, man. Thank you. And I want to thank Coach Howes and Coach Kyle. I know Coach Kyle can't be here tonight, but they've really instilled a lot of confidence in me and as a person, and not only on the basketball court, but in life. They've taught me many lessons that I'll cherish forever. And these seniors, I really wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. It was a tough year. Cody, he went down with an injury, and we really had to build off that. And these guys all stepped up to the table, and I really couldn't thank them enough for that. And younger guys, it sounds like a broken record, but truly be grateful for these opportunities, because times like this come and you're not going to get them back. And I really wish I could go out for one more game, but cherish these opportunities because they don't last for a while. Thank you.
Coach's Award for the Fowler boys basketball team. In the words of Coach Paliki, this award goes to a player who has consistently displayed exceptional leadership, dedication, and sportsmanship throughout the season. His commitment to both his personal growth and the success of the team has made a lasting impact, and his positive attitude and work ethic have set a great example for his teammates. Congratulations on the Coach's Award winner, Liam Noble. And before we get to the MVP portion of the awards, we have another gift card to hand out to Cafe 641, and the winner is sitting in seat C6. C6.
So I do want to talk a little bit about what MVP Fields means. It's a there are 3 field events in track: indoor track, shot put, high jump, long jump. It takes a very different skill set to be very successful in those. That's why we like to break it down and have an MVP for that, because it really is a lot different, and it takes a lot of hard work and not just running fast. It's either learning techniques for throwing or jumping or high jump, which are all very technical and very difficult. So the first one I'm going to do high school boys is this athlete started his days as a sprinter and even ran well on the cross-country team a year ago. But he has found his calling with throwing. For indoor track, he was our top thrower, improved during the season by 5 feet by throwing his best at the league championship with a solid throw of 35 feet 1 inch. He also is one of our top sprinters and even helped out on that 400-meter relay team as needed. This year's Fields MVP goes to Aiden Traby.
All right, so as Coach said, for the indoor track, there are 3 field events: shot put, high jump, and long jump. These are hard to train, especially in the wintertime, because most of the places where you can practice is outside in the snow. We did not break that ceiling, like you said earlier. We had 1 athlete that was part of all 3 of them. She helped lead the high jumpers during practice, long jumped in all the meets that she could do, and has the current indoor school record, and joined the shot put team mid-season to help bolster their team, She also placed 4th at the league meet in the 55-meter dash. This year's MVP Fields goes to Miss Annie B.
Girls MVP, Cal Carrier. Okay, 12.54 points per game, 301 points this year. Best point guard, Mid-Walk-C, according to a unanimous decision by all the coaches in the Mid-Walk-C. Hard to manage on the court, as they say. She's tough and she's driven. Cal got better on defense this year, much better. As I said last year, she is the Tom Brady of this team. Getting much better on being more vocal. Allie Morgan had the same problem. They got to be louder at the point guard, but she's getting better at it. As a coach, you always are more comfortable when you have a person you can trust out there to run your offense and have the team play like you want them to play. Cal was that player. She's tough, and she wants to win. Before every game, she has this face to her that's like, you know she's ready. So, little funny, but not really funny story. We played Littleton this year, down by 10 at halftime. Came out of the locker room, and we hit them like they didn't know what hit them. Came out of the locker room, and we all of a sudden were creeping up on the score. We're down by maybe 4 points, maybe. Cal comes dribbling down the court, takes a running shot at the hoop, and screams, "Kristen." And I took one look at her, and her finger is out like this, bent in half. I said, "Oh my God." So off to the locker room she goes. 5 minutes later, her sister, thank God, pops her finger back into place, and she's sitting there looking at me on the bench, asking me to go back in the game. Talk about being tough. I thought she was out. I thought she hospital bound. That's the way it looked. But Cal's getting better at sharing the ball, driving to the hoop, 3-pointers, and also defense. One good thing is she'll be around again next year. So we're looking to go deeper into the playoffs next year. So Cal Carrier, good job.
Shout out my sister for popping my pinky back in. Highlight of my season, I think. I just had a lot of fun this season. Kristen let us go to her house a lot of times, so that was really fun. We bleached Fuzzy's hair. I think that our team bonding is what made us go far. So I'm very grateful for everyone on this team, our seniors, captains. I love you all. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
So I'm just going to give some ending notes. First and foremost, I want to thank Emily Chow. What a great job you did with the middle school. I know, very good. So you actually stayed with basketball and helped with the program, so I really appreciate that. A lot of our girls helped with basketball with the younger grades. Cal, Katie, Maddie, Nev all helped with biddy ball with the Boys and Girls Club. Cal helped Julie Marsh with her travel basketball team, so she had a lot of fans at the game. They all came to all the games, which was really great. I mean, all the award winners that we gave out tonight, you could give them to a lot of the girls on the team. And we had, you know, girls coming off the bench. You got Leah Rivers-Wright. You have Riley Rashi that came off the bench. Katie Stack. A lot of these girls, you know, put their heart and soul, which we get them all back next year, which is amazing. But the award winners that won tonight, you know, truly deserved what they got tonight. I'm looking forward to another hard-working summer. We have 16 girls playing in what we started this year as spring ball, which is really good. They play 2 days a week. My son Kyle is actually running it, so it's amazing that we have 16 girls actually playing. Summer League starts in June, 2 nights a week. Both teams are going to Westford this year, which will be a little bit more competitive for us. Top 100 is the week of June 23rd. Fall ball starts in September. Season starts in December. Like I said before, great teams are made in the off season, so you guys have to start working hard. We proved how hard we worked on the off season this year by making the Final Four, so let's keep working harder. Don't stop. Don't ever stop. Never give up. I'd like to introduce my captains for next year. They have a tough to follow, these 3 that we just left. We have Cal Currier, Katie Stackowitz, and Rachel Briggs. Come on up. Come on, sprint, sprint, sprint. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you very much. These are the 3 captains for next year, and thank you very much, guys.
The Boys Varsity Basketball Award is also given in memory of Phil Beals, which was Johnny Beals' brother. Again, a tragic situation where 2 good friends of mine and of the community unfortunately passed away way too early. Our Boys Varsity MVP is Cody March. Cody has all the ingredients of an MVP, most important of which is first team Mid-Watch League All-Star. We had our All-Star meeting, and I think you all know that Cody tore his ACL in the first game, didn't play the rest of the season, walked into that coaches meeting, and every coach, before we even started voting, said Cody will be a first team All-Star. He's a great leader. Every coach that we played loved his work ethic, loved his toughness. One of those players that can score at all 3 levels, right? He can score off the dribble. If you present some drop coverage, he's going to make the foul line jumper, and if you try to get on him, he's going to slam his left shoulder right into your chin and score at the basket. He's a team-first guy, much like all of our guys. He certainly embraces the process. He also is a 12-year kid, captain of our team, is going to attend South Carolina University. But let's address the elephant in the room, right? How can a person who played one game win an MVP award? I think it's very, very simple. And let me count the ways. If Cody doesn't get hurt, we split with Lunenburg. If Cody doesn't get hurt, we split with Hudson. We beat Tingsboro twice. We beat Littleton twice. We beat Sutton. We beat Blackstone Millville. We beat Air in the Clark tournament. We beat John Duggan Academy in the state tournament. And we beat Westport to go to the Final Four. For those counting, that's 12 more wins that I firmly believe with a talent like Cody we would have had, and that would have presented another trip to the Final Four for this team. That, my friends, is the definition of an MVP, and our MVP is Cody March.
First off, I want to say thank you to my parents and my grandparents for being at every game. During AAU, my dad would drive me all over New England, sometimes upwards of 2 hours away. I want to thank Coach Ian for developing me on JV and over the summer league, and also Coach Howes and Coach Kyle for dedicating time over the summer. You know, all the early morning workouts and the time that they volunteer into us is just something that I will forever appreciate. Off the basketball court, Coach Howes and Kyle have made me into the person that I am today. You know, always encouraging me to do my best, and for that, I just want to say thank you.
Just like to make a couple of closing comments. Again, it didn't work out for us this year, but I loved the opportunity to coach these kids. I loved the 6 seniors that came on that floor every day: Alex DeRobert, Jackson Price, Will Fowler, Malaki Comiti, Dylan Gallo, and Cody March. I couldn't have asked more of these players. With that, I'd like to announce our captains for next year. Zach Rivers Wright. Alex Mendez. And Tommy Lawton. Like Kristen said, those 3 boys have great shoes to fill in following the captains that we had this year, as well as all of our past captains. I'm extremely excited about next season. There's some improvements that I think that are in order, and most important of which, that we've put together what I consider to be kind of a 3-pronged approach. And for the first time ever, for you parents, everything that we do this off season will be right here in Maynard, making hopefully your life a little bit easier. As a parent, Kristen and I completely understand what it takes to cart kids around, to get them to a competitive environment where they can excel. As Kristen mentioned, Coach Kyle is running skills sessions April through May at the Boys and Girls Club. That is well on its way, and if you have not heard about that, I'd encourage you to think about getting your kids involved in that. We'll have our Top 100 camp the week of June 3rd, again, right here in Maynard. And the change this year, in addition to Coach Kyle's skills camp, is our varsity and JV summer league will be right here in the Fowler Middle School and in Maynard High School in June and July. So the opportunity is certainly there. We are extremely excited about the talent that we have coming up. For the first time in a long time, we have some really tall kids in the younger grades, and we will always have really talented guards. So hopefully you can take advantage of what we've put together here in Maynard, and I want to thank my players and the parents for everything you've done to support us. Thank you.
All right, on to the final two awards. We have the MVP for high school, and we'll start with girls team. This athlete always pushed to be better every single practice. She would also bring the fun with music, but then lead all the sprinters with drills, helping correct them with what they might be doing wrong. She saw a huge improvement from last year because of how hard she worked in the off season. You know, track, a lot of success comes from what you do in the off season during the summer and the fall, and then you bring it out during the season. So, and she did that extremely well. She stepped up in the high jump and covered that as the team needed, which was great. Her highlights include a league championship. She was the league champ with a time of 9.22 in the hurdles. She also anchored a strong 4x200 team. She placed 10th at the state championship with another strong performance. This year's girls MVP is Izzy Burke.
It's my last time coaching my daughter for indoor track, so it's gonna be. At least we get outdoor, right? We get outdoor. Get to work. All right, so for the boys, while most people might know him as a great football player, I know him as a strong, talented leader for my track team, for our track team. He eludes a relaxed, intense energy that keeps him calm under pressure and focused on success. There were multiple races this season where they had to rerun a heat because of an error. That happened like twice, right? And he came back with a better performance. He was not only the league champ in the hurdles, but he was also divisional state champ in the 55 meters hurdles with a time of 7.93. And for the first time in our young program of indoor track, he qualified and he went to the Nike Nationals, which I think the first person in Maynard to do that. The Nike Nationals in New York, where he was the first person to attend for this school. So this year's boys MVP goes to Mr. Alex Watts. All right, so the only thing keeping you guys from going home is announcing the captains for next year's. For our sprint, to be Miss Annie B. Distance captains, Mr. David Schwinn, May, and Allison. And then fields captain, Ms. Reagan Murray.
We actually have one more gift card to hand out still, so. The winner of that gift card is sitting in seat B12. I just want to thank the coaches and the student athletes again for a great winter season, especially the seniors. Some of you competing one more season in the spring. Some of you may be done representing Maynard school sports. So I just want to tell you all how proud I am of all of you over the past 4 years. And lastly, I would love to thank our facilities crew and WAVM for helping set up and run these great events. And thank you all for coming to the award ceremony tonight. I hope you all have a great night.